Hello and welcome to another vlog and another adventure. This is going to be a very short vlog. We're in the Lake District and we were heading up a place called Raven Crag, and the reason I wanted to go up there was I've just recently seen a vlog from a Mr. Henry Turner, I think it is, and he said it was a micro walk, and the view from up where he was absolutely fantastic. Really good. I really thought, oh, that's somewhere I really fancy doing. We don't do a lot of high walking, and the view from where he was amazing. So check his video out. I'll put a link up for you. And I thought, well, I'll do that today. But today's been a real miserable sort of morning, as you've seen last week, or last time should I say. So heading that way, hoping to get up there, and when we got near it the roads were closed. I didn't know how to get round the road closure. I followed diversions and we ended up in Keswick, so we completely missed where we wanted to be. The sun is there and it's going down quite quickly. So I said to Denise, Mrs. C, who's with me, I said, how do you fancy going to see the Millennium Stone? She's never been there before, she's never seen it. So punched in the sat nav, brought us to the National Trust car park, and it's just said 35, whatever it was, can't remember what it said, 300 metres to the lake. So we're heading that way now. I'm going to go down to the lake. I'm going to show Mrs. C the Millennium Stone, which, considering the amount of water around, is going to be underwater. Hopefully not all of it, because that will be depressing. And yeah, just basically do that. So it's going to be a very short vlog, less of me rambling, more of me just taking a picture. We're going to do our classic hashtag keep the selfie, have a nice selfie of the two of us, hopefully with the stone behind us, and we might pop up to Surprise View, because that's only up the road, isn't it? And up the road we've got a place called Surprise View, which is really quite a nice view. So when the sun drops down here, we may head up there just for a twilight image and see if we can get something up there. So right, I'm going to shut up for now, and I'll switch back on when we get to the stone. Come on in. Right, as you can see, I just had the wow, this wind's got up, and I've attached a little strap to me camera, and as you can see, it's actually flapping around in your face now, so I'm gonna have to do something about it. Hang on. Right. Yeah, I've attached a little tiny cotton strap to me M50, so when I've got it in my hand, it's attached to me slightly, so it doesn't actually, I shouldn't drop it. But I've just noticed it blows around in the wind, so I must remember to strap it down when it's not being in use. Right, Millennium Stone, yeah, we're still heading towards it. I think we're going in the right direction. When we got to the lake, I turned right. I've got a feeling it's just around this corner. I'm not 100% sure, it could have been left. But the light's gone down now behind the hill. I just had the camera out for a quick snap. There was a little river or a little brook running into Derwent water, and the sun was just shining on it a little bit, and it was just a nice glowy colour of yellow. So yeah, oh, I can see the stone, thank goodness I am in the right direction. So yeah, I just took a quick snap of that, and Denise just said, oh, what's all this stone then, this Millennium Stone, what is it? I thought it's just a stone that someone's plonked in the middle of the water with some decoration on it. She's like, oh, really? So yeah, at least we're here. It's one of those must-do, must-see places. I came some time ago last year, about the middle of the year, and I got an image of it, but there was no snow around. There was no water around it at all. Yeah, I'm back again to have another go. And again, another video to watch if you want to see the stone is Daniel Bennett. He's just been down here a couple of weeks ago, and he had water around it and was made up. So it was one off his bucket list apparently. Yeah, there's barely any stone. There's barely any stone sticking out the water. The tide's in, and the water level's high, but we can see it. So this is definitely a case for a long exposure. So I'm going to set the camera up, and oh, I've even got a bit of driftwood down here. Look at this, a little bit of driftwood just down there, and there's your Millennium Stone just there poking out the water. So I expect Denise is really excited. See the excitement, eh? See the excitement. So yeah, I'm going to set the camera up, take a long exposure, and well, yeah, it's just another one off the bucket list then. It's a shame it's not a lower tide or lower water level. Someone's going to keep having a go at me about the tide. Denise just said it's not the tide. Well, I keep calling it the tide. Yeah. Well, I might shut up now. Actually, let's get a picture of this stone. Right, welcome back. No, not welcome back at all. Camera's set up, horizontal. We're just taking in the stone. The light's dropping off so fast. The atmospheric sky over there in the distance is fantastic. I'm going to try putting a long lens on in a minute and try and bring the stone and the foreground and the background, the stone and the hills, compress them, see if I can bring them in. But yeah, the sky down there is really awesome, really low cloud over the top of the mountains. I think that's Borrowdale, is it? I'm not sure. You can hear the sound of the waves as it's crashing along because the wind's blowing up the lake now, up the lock. What am I getting? What am I saying? Lock? Waves? Anyway, the water, Derwent water. What am I doing? Right, we're trying to get, and that's quite pretty, we're trying to get a long exposure with some detail in it. Now I can see the detail and the light shining on the top of the stone, which is nice. I've done a 10-second exposure, which has smoothed the water out quite a bit. I might sit up and do a really long one. I fancy doing something like a minute or a 2-minute exposure and try and really smooth it out. I've got the polarizer on, eliminating quite a bit of the glare, just to even the tones up between the sky. I've put a 0.9 ND grad in there, hard ND grad because the skyline's really sharp where the clouds are, so I'm just dropping that down. It's just toning the back of the screen down a little bit. And on a 10-second exposure, it's not bad. There's a little bit of colour in the sky, but it's nice, I like it. You can see the stone in the water, you can see all the details that they've carved into it. It's pretty good, it's alright. So I'm going to try a long one. I'm going to take the little stopper out, or the IRND 6 grad I use, which is the same as a little stopper, but dearer. I'm going to put the big stopper in, and I might even try putting the 15 stop in and doing a massive long exposure, but the light level's quite low, so I'll try a few different ones. I'll try 30 seconds and I'll bump it up a bit more. So this is all we're going to do. I'm only going to show you this today, and yeah, I'm going to make it short and sweet if I can. So we're all alone, nice and quiet, peaceful apart from the water. It's a nice cool evening. Right, let me see if I can explain to you what we do when we're using these. The way the light's set up at the moment, the light's really quite dark, so putting the 10 stop filter in really will drop the light levels quite badly. So I'm in manual. In fact, let's go over to aperture priority. Aperture priority, get a correct exposure. Now I've got the polarizer in still, and I've got the filter in the top, the grad filter, so it should give me an even balance. Let's move the camera up slightly, a bit more sky in there, like that. Right, I've now got the rocks on the bottom thirds. Horizon's pretty much in the centre, the water level. Right, so at f8 this is giving me 1/6 of a second. Yeah? Yeah, at f8 this is giving me 1/6 of a second. So I'm going to take a base image. And that's me 1/6 of a second. I'm now going to drop this in. Remember, 1/6 of a second at f8. We're going to flick it over onto bulb. And again, we're going back down to f8. And we need to get my app out. And this is all being done in real time, so you'll see how well my phone works. And we're going to go over to the Blea app, which we're opening now. Okay, so we can get a focus on that. We're opening the Blea app, and we're going to go over to the 10 stop, which is that one. Hopefully you can see that. And then we're going to go 1/6 of a second, which is, where are we, 5th? It gives me 5th. Can we go to a 6? 1/6 of a second, if you can see on the bottom there. Hopefully you can. See if I can focus on it a bit better for you. Yeah, 1/6 of a second, it's telling me 2 minutes 40. So without the light level dropping too much, we're going to go onto the timer. 2 minutes 40. And I need to find me trigger release. Stop press, hold on. Haha, guess what? I've left my trigger release in my waterproof jacket, which is in the car. So we're going to go for another way of doing it. So I'm going to take that back out just to check, because the light's dropping. Check my exposure, back onto aperture priority. Let's have a look. 1/5 of a second. Right, we're on a 1/5 of a second now. So I'll put it back into bulb. And I'll turn you off a sec while I get this set up, but I should be able to put a program timer on it. So I'm going to time it for the amount of time I want, 1/5 of a second, and I'll be back. How hard was that? I knew how to do it, but because it's something I don't use very often, I didn't know how to do it, or should I say I couldn't remember. I've messed around with the camera that much, putting the filters in, taking the filters out, putting the filters in, taking the filters out, checking my phone app, checking my phone app, checking the filters, making me... Oh my God, then it wasn't in focus, so I had to focus it. By the time I've done that, the light's gone. Absolutely gone. We're now on a 4-minute exposure. I've got the camera on a programmer and it's on a timer now, so it's timing itself for 4 minutes. You can see on the Blea app, the light had dropped by the time I'd got it. Let's have a look. Where are we? I've lost my app now. So you can see on there, we're down to 0.4 of a second, which is 4-minute exposure. So the camera's set up to run. God, one thing to do, get your photograph first before you switch the vlogging camera on and try and make an image. So yeah, oh well, we'll see how it comes out. 4 minutes, fingers crossed it might be all right. If not, win some, you lose some. Can you believe? She's found herself someone else to play with now, look. The dog, just random dogs just come down to say hello. The owners are up over there and she's just found him a stick and he's standing in the water waiting for you to throw a stick into him. Absolutely insane. We'd actually like a dog ourselves, but we're never in, so it's not fair. Always being at work and that. Anyway, back to the photos. Yep, image is done. It's alright, I'm not sure. I'll wait until I get home, I'll process it and have a look at it, but I'm not jumping up and down about it, but it's a record of a shot we're here. It's a record of this moment when we've both been here. So even if they're not award-winning photographs and you know you're not going to get any praise for them, it's just a record of me being out. You should know by now if you follow me that I always take an image no matter what the conditions are. So yeah, all in all, it is what it is.
I'm packing a stick up there now.
switch it back on for a second. I weren't sure whether I logged off or not before, and I won't know till I get home. So if I haven't, this is me saying goodbye. Yeah, that image was all right. I know I mentioned that. We're not going to win any awards, like I said, but yeah, I'm going to check out now. We're going to head up to Surprise View. You may see a couple more images after this, just of twilight and Derwent water from the Surprise View, which is right up in the top there. We're going to drive up, and yeah, maybe like and subscribe. And I know this is a very short video. Please share it. We do appreciate all the comments as well, and we always reply, or I always reply, and Denise replies to some of them as well because she gets mentioned. I know she does. And yeah, so till next time, next week, or even if this is a Sunday, then it'll be Wednesday. If it's a Wednesday, it could be Sunday. But yeah, till next time, ciao for now.